All right, and we're back. Are we live? Here we go, sit down, man. All right, we seem to be back. We seem to be stable. This is what happened when you're in a storm. And a phone and went on and took us to somebody else's channel. I don't know who this is. Somebody doing makeup. Hey. Phone and abandoned us. Okay. Is the hotspot still on? Hotspot and tethering. All right, the hotspot's still on. Okay. All right. We good. All right. Don't know what happened. But phone company having a problem. And like I said, the problem is that when you are on a prepaid version of Verizon, the people that got the contracts, they get first dibs on the data. They first in line. And normally it don't matter, but when you have times where it's a lot of congestion or when it's weather problems, you get pushed to the back of the line. It looked like we getting pushed to the back of the line because we were just doing, we doing 91 exactly. Now earlier we were doing 103, so we doing better. But it's holding the show up. I wish it would come on. I don't want to get started. And I'm still waiting for the delivery man. I got my mask ready. All right, it seems, nope. It was stable for a minute. I'm not going to worry myself. Are we live? Are we here? Somebody let me know. Are we live? We can continue on with the show. Somebody let me know. You know, you have a lot of people that come before you and they run their mouth. And they don't do nothing. When I say nothing, I mean they don't do nothing. Just run their mouth. They complain, moan and groan, or they talk about other people. They always try to tell you about what's wrong. But what do they try to do about it? What do they do? So see, it's not what you say. It's what you do. Because to be honest with you, if I wouldn't keep trying to go to the store and would just say, hey, let me just go ahead and order the stuff, it'd already be here. Salad. Salad won't go bad. Put it in the refrigerator. But I could get a salad cheaper at the market than I could ordering it. I spent the past 4 hours trying to get my body. Actually, I've been trying to go since noon. I've been asleep twice and everything. I got out the door and had to run back. I'm not gonna be embarrassed online. I'm not gonna be doing no live stream and then have to run to the bathroom. No, thank you. People that make videos about that because they ain't got no damn life. I'm not going to help you make fun of me. So, make fun of me for having to order something. There you go. But people talk and complain and don't do anything. Don't even make an attempt. But I've been doing something ever since I got my new Twitter account at Reverend Brother Dark. For those of y'all that ain't been yet, because I don't see none of y'all there posting. Y'all talk that talk, but what are you doing? Nothing. Talk the talk. Well, it ain't much I can do from here, but I can reach out. And I reached out to Mitch McConnell. He said something stupid today, and then came back and said something even stupider. So I had to go get him. I looked, I didn't see none of y'all there. But let's pick a place. What is that? Okay, that's that. We can't use that one. What about this one? Nope, can't use that one. I'm going ahead to make one. I can use. I got so many of them. What about this one? Okay. Oh, that's a slideshow. Man, I don't see that. Somebody just knocked on the door. Somebody knocked on one of the doors. I know a knock when I hear it, but I know it's not our delivery man because he would call first. Why wouldn't he call? And we ordered at 8:10. This only 9:07. Should be coming any minute. That's why I'm trying to stall before I get the show started. I'm trying to stall. Don't understand why the man not calling. Let's not get distracted. Because you notice we've been getting distracted the whole show. Somebody don't want me to do this show. We gonna do it. Alright, there's an image. Let's go take a look here. Would it be under screenshot or download? I think it would be under. That's a good. It would be under download. No. Why wouldn't it be under download? It's on the screenshot, but why is it on the screen? Okay, we know what the problem is. I'm just an idiot. I'm just an idiot. Uh-oh. I might have made a mistake. It was the cheapest. I thought that the tossed salad was the cheapest. Uh-oh. I might have made a mistake when I ordered something. Uh-oh. Alrighty, y'all. Let me save these images real quick. That's one. Why does it reset? I don't understand why it does this. And then let's go save two. I need to show y'all these images. So hold on, I thought I took them off already, but I didn't. My bad. Trying to put them in order, and it's not gonna do it in order. I tried from the beginning. It wouldn't do it in order. Uh-oh. That's one, two, three. Save image. And four. And we did them in order, and y'all know it ain't gonna come out that way. But all right, here we go. All right. No, they're not in order. Ain't gonna cry about it. It's gonna be small, but hopefully I can see them. All righty, let's get it. Y'all see this on y'all screen? Let me blow it up some. Tell me, man. Y'all see that? That is the leader. Oh, there's the pizza man. Told you. Delivery. Hello, delivery. All right. I'll be outside. I'm wearing a black shirt and red shorts. Right out. All right. Hang on a second, y'all. Get my mask. Oh, honey. All right, so sorry about that. I'm back. Whew. I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that. Ah, I see the phone company still struggling, but we live. That's all that matters. Oh man, I'm sorry, y'all. Anybody still here? Did everybody leave? All right. Oh, I didn't wash my hands. Hold on. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Like I said, we got the devil shaking in his boots. I called the MTA and asked them to send me the application so I can take it to my doctors. So all we gotta do is pay $3, and they'll take us where we have to go. So even if we never get another stimulus, we still won't be good because I can call the MTA and they'll send a bus with a lift, and I'll be able to just ride on it, go up the lift, then I'll go into a corner, strap down, and we can ride to wherever we need to ride to. Sometimes we might have to go out the way if somebody else is on the bus and kind of going the same way. Sometimes we might have to wait an hour or two for it to arrive. But the point is, it'll be there. So we don't need range. I called the company today that makes the scooter we got, and they said that they make the products, but they don't sell them. So they gave me a number to call. I found out that you can't get the 35 amp that would give you 30 miles. But they do have the 22 amp. Right now we got 12. So the 22 amp will give us a 15-mile range, which really means 12 and a half, 13, because it go by your weight in the hills. I live in a mountain state. And they said it's $330. And they'll put the batteries and put it in a new case and have it all set up. And it come right in the mail, and you just charge it up and throw it on a scooter. $330? I can go on eBay and get a used scooter for $330. Get a whole other scooter. I'm gonna pay $330 for a battery? I don't think so. $330 for a battery. I might as well get another scooter. And that's what we're gonna do. If these Republicans stop playing around, I can get a top of the line scooter. Person has it out in Eastern Maryland. It's the top of the line. It's an XL Hummer mobility scooter. It only goes 7.5 miles per hour. Our scooter go 4, but our scooter is medium. This is top of the line. Top of the line. I'm talking about the full light kit and everything, and it's heavy duty. Now, if I get the cheapy looking at for 1,000 or 1,100, if I keep getting the cheap we keep looking at, I can get it for 1,100, but that's most of the money. But it's gonna be a new cheapy. Would you rather have a new cheapy or a slightly used top of the line? All right, the alarm just went off, and I can look in the hallway and I don't see nobody touching it. So somebody did something downstairs because the alarm just went off. And I had power bank down there charging it. So it's fully charged. It been charging since I took it off about an hour ago, maybe an hour and a half ago. It was charging all day, so it's fully charged. Fully. So I don't know what's going on downstairs, but I'm looking, I don't see anything. I can see the chair. First thing. Then you got the motor in the wheels. That's to the side, right before you come up the steps. Then I got the front of it. The landing and the tiller. That's actually resting on the, so I can see all three of them. I can even see the basket. So I got a good vantage point. But anyway, I'd rather have a slightly used top of the line. And like I say right now, they're only asking it's in the auction. Nobody bidding on it because don't nobody want to go to Eastern Maryland. But if I could pay somebody, it would probably cost about, maybe I can get somebody 100, 150, maybe to take us there. If I can talk them down to like 425, then we should be able to get it for 6. And like I said, I'd rather have something that go 15 miles per hour versus 7.5. But they had the top of the line quality versus going a few miles per hour. Because on level ground, the bike did 9. But that's because I'm over the weight limit. But supposed to do 12.5, and it does. I average 9. So 7.5 versus 9, that's not much different. But to be able to take it everywhere, be able to call the bus to come pick us up and take us where we got to go, and it's got a 25-mile range, I think. So we got range. What had the range we were looking for? Ain't nothing wrong with the scooter we got, except for the range and the speed. Too slow. I just turned 50. It's midlife crisis time. I want something fast. That's what happened to me. You see them men go by the motorcycles and go get the dune buggies and the ATVs when they get in their 50s. It's called a midlife crisis. Can I have a midlife crisis on my mobility scooter? Am I wrong for having a midlife crisis? I want some speed. I don't want to be out there. I want to be out there. You know what I'm saying? But our mobile live footage, especially the 360 footage, man, it's beautiful because we not going that fast. So you can actually sit and look at everything. But we need to get someplace where you can see stuff. Like the Inner Harbor. I like to take y'all to Mondawmin Mall. I take y'all to Security Square Mall. When we get some people, when we get some more people to donate, I like for us to go to Bennigan's. I like for us to go to Red Lobster. I ain't been a Longhorn Steakhorn. I ain't been a Longhorn in a long time. I ain't been to Outback in a long time. But if we can get back the way we was, and I think that if we can do mobile lives, well, I'm actually out. I haven't been to the flea market at Patapsco. I haven't been to the flea market down at East Point. Ain't been to East Point Mall. I haven't been out of Run the Mills in I don't know how long. I don't know if I'm going to gamble, but I like to take you down to the new casino downtown. I don't have a desire to watch a game, but I wouldn't mind going down to Camden Yards. It's a lot of stores and stuff down there in Camden Yards. I don't want to go in the stadium, but, you know, we can go down there, and I don't drink. But, you know, I might can get a sandwich or something, and we can hang in there and talk to the people. See, there are things we can do. And see, maybe I have a desire to do these things with you, and maybe you don't care. Maybe I have a desire to do these things. Maybe y'all don't care. But I would like to do these things. We still haven't gone on the light rail. We still haven't gone out to Monium. We ain't gone out Cranbrook Drive. We haven't gone out to the electric power plant. Boy, you want to see something scary, go over that bridge. I wonder if I can go over there with the mobility scooter. Boy, that's a scary drop. It's like being on a canyon ridge. Because it's this rickety steel bridge, and you look down, and there ain't nothing but death. Saying, come on, fall over. Tip over. Come on down. I like to take you to some of the roads we got where the roads turn into, it'd be a two-way and then it turn into a small one-lane, one-way. And you go over these little bridges and go over the water. We got so much water. Yeah. It's so many sites. We have so many points that I can show you on the water. You've never been out half the great. I would love to take you out half the great. Be able to go out there on the pier, go out there on the dock. Some of y'all live in the country. That's really the closest to country that we. I don't even know if they'll take me that far. But it's something that I look forward to doing. I would like to go downtown and talk to the, Radio 1. The first radio station, I believe, by black female. That's downtown. I would like to take y'all down there. I'd like to take y'all to Hamburger's department store where my stepfather used to. I'd like to take y'all down to the courthouse. We can sit and we can watch people just chained up. They got the chain on the wrist and around their body and around their ankles and they trying to walk. Sound like an old belly dancer when they walk by. Ching and ching. These are some of the things that I would like to do. Maybe y'all don't care. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe Victor Moan is right. Maybe I care about stuff that y'all don't care about. Y'all get all excited about him and Anita having this fake beef. I told her under her own comment section, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. How much money did she pay Vic to get her over? But that's what they're trying to do. If you've been giving that man money all this time, you get that man $1,000 for some DJ equipment. I said DJ equipment. Not money to create music, but money to keep spinning records. What? But if you gave him the money and you took it back, like for the breaks, you gave him the money and you took it back, why would you give him more money? But then you gave him 100 and supposedly he threw it back in your face. And you turn around and you give him 1,000? I'm gonna believe that. Like I'm stupid. Wouldn't nobody in that right mind do that? When he threw that 100 back in my face, I told you kiss my butt. That's how I know y'all lying. And then you making videos? That's something private between y'all two. Why are you making videos on it? You on Offset, you on Jazzy Show, you on everybody, Buddy Lee, you on everybody's show. Doing what? Trying to make a name for yourself. How much money did you give Victor Moan to put you out there? He put me out there. I ain't paying him nothing. How much are you paying him to put you out there? The same way that the dude we used to laugh about. That I heard he gave Tommy $2,000 for Tommy to talk about him. And all he's saying is hit the cash app. Hit the cash app. That's all this is. She's trying to become a name in the sector. And she's trying to use big name to get to the other names in the sector so that she can be a powerhouse in the sector. But neither one of y'all can act. We can talk about that. Only a couple times I seen Victor Moan mad. When he was supposedly mad at Tommy, I'm gonna kill you and all this other stuff, and then got on the phone with the man. I ain't got no problem with you, Tommy. What's up? Y'all fake. Drew Freeman crying. I need 20. Now, when I came in the sector, he needed 10 grand to save his house. Now it's 2 years later. Now he need 20 grand to save his house. He meet Tommy on the circle. He ain't mentioning that house. But we both believe. Like I'm stupid. You know, good well, Tommy gave you that money. You gave it to that man. We ain't heard nothing from that man. We ain't heard you cry about paying for that house. You know Tommy gave you some money and you gave it to that man. He got back on the plane and y'all set up that meeting. I ain't stupid. I ain't stupid at all. Because if you notice, when Chung Lee came in here and got mad, and she wanted to take her money back, she was in the chat all drunk. Not me. She's making videos on it. Not me. But y'all have a problem, and he's up at 5, 6 in the morning making a video about it. Talking about she ain't called his ex and all that other stuff. Why wouldn't she call your wife? If she's that big in the chat and she's there for almost every show and she's been giving you money all this time, the wife has benefited from you giving him money. The daughter has benefited from you giving her money. Why wouldn't you go to the wife and say, hey, your husband took my $1,000 and I don't think it's right. What can you do to get him to give it back? But now you go to a woman who he ain't had sex with in 16 years and you expect us to believe this debacle. And you talk about calling CFS. Where did Vic get this stuff from? Get that damn weed. You gonna threaten a woman that he ain't been involved with in 16 years. You gonna threaten to call CFS on a child that's not even Vic's. Who come up with this stuff? That's where it come from. It doesn't make any sense. Why would she not come after the people she knows? Why wouldn't she come after the people? Even Tommy went and talked to the wife and said, look, you need to tell your husband to stop. Oh, you contacted my wife, Tommy? So Anita didn't have a sense to contact the wife. She gonna contact an ex-girlfriend who cheated on you while you was in jail. Why would you care about CFS being called on somebody that cheated on you while you was in jail? I don't get stupid. Think you sound intelligent, but I guess the weed. That sounds retarded. But yet people sitting there, ooh, look at her. She has to get $1,000 back. Huh? Look at them, they're going to PayPal and all that. What, y'all learned something from Rashida Strober? He calling the FBI and the police and y'all calling PayPal on each other. I already got a 1,000 out the lady in England, so I don't care if I get the 1,000. Then why are you talking on it? Why are you disputing it? If somebody else gave you the 1,000 in place of it, why are you disputing it? Because you want to make content. You want to get some drama and beef for the people. And then she's sitting there, yeah, he ain't worth nothing and talking and sound like a damn fool. You ain't mad. A woman that's mad don't talk like that. Yeah, and he ain't ass and he just a woman that's mad got fire. She got fire in her. She ain't. No, they gonna be like, you sorry, son of a, you have to. I don't believe it. You know, he just a bum, but I'm gonna get my money back. Don't watch. He always lying. That no woman talk like that when they mad. Not even Japanese women. Oh, I ain't gonna be no. Well, you know. But we want to believe this. we supposed to believe this story. Anybody that watches Lily Rose, Anita, whatever her name is, knowing that this is all fake and you need entertainment and your life that bad, she'll back this. And let me know y'all ain't worth 2 pieces of dookie with the hills of Guadalupe. You ain't got to worry about coming over here. I don't want you. I don't want an idiot. Because if you believe that story they told you, you's an idiot. And that's what they tell you. A wolf in sheep clothing, and we get ready to get to that in a minute. A wolf in sheep clothing. Because if you believe that story, what I say in the theme song, your fake beef sound cheesy. It's the truth. Because when you look at it, it don't make sense. But then to sit there, even worse. Lady La come in the chat, who made fun of Vic, his wife, talking about the house, talking about the dogs, talking about his beautiful little girl. You friends with her now. And she gonna come in there, yeah, you didn't give me my money back, Vic. You better give her the money back neither. I'm like, you don't got my damn chat and shut up. Because I didn't hear the woman talk about your wife. I didn't hear the woman talk about your kid. Somebody sent me the link of her show today. I didn't hear her say anything about them. But you got somebody in your chat who made fun of your whole family, Doug's included. And they got a wrench in your chat. And the woman that bought a wrench is the same woman that you talking about. And I'm supposed to believe this ain't fake. Y'all can talk to me all day. But don't bring me no updates about what's going on. I don't want to hear about that bull crap. This is the most attention I'm going to give it. Because they full of stuff. You're full of stuff. And you can make me, I don't care if you make a video or not. Don't affect me. But see, I got real content. Content that really affect people. Not just entertainment. Like what we dealing with right now. Because while y'all doing that bull crap, talking about PayPal and all that, and I give you credit. The fact that you can get people to give you $1,000, and I can't even get 5, 8. I give you credit. But that don't mean you bring better content. Because at least I'm going after people that's changing and affect our lives. Tommy doesn't affect my life. Drew Freeman don't affect my life. Jazzy, Shazzy, and Diviney and the Tom Hoyers, them people don't affect my life. But here's a man that affects my life. I'm waiting on this man. He affects your life too. If you looking forward to getting your stimulus check, if you want the unemployment and you about to get put out your house, this man affects your life. But ain't nobody on YouTube gonna have me a scooter sitting down there on the landing. Ain't nobody on YouTube want to give me some money to put in the bank. So let's deal with somebody who actually affects your life. And this is Snitch, Twitch, B-Tch, leader of the House, Mitch McConnell. He said Democrats' obstruction last week forced the additional federal unemployment benefit to expire. Their obstruction this week will force another deadline. The PPP shuts its doors Saturday. Republicans had plans to keep both from expiring. Democrats have refused them all. Leader McConnell, you full of dookie. You're full of crap, sir. You are full of crap. Because the Democrats in the House, see, y'all rule the Senate, but the Democrats run the House. They gave you a plan in May. They gave you a proposal in May. And you didn't do anything until a week before you was to go on vacation. You worrying about Confederate this and Confederate that, them damn traitors. You worrying about that stuff being taken down. You worrying about what was going on in Oregon. You act like you don't know it's a virus. Y'all sitting there in y'all little la-la world, la-la land. I think I answered that. Come out of la-la land. When you go outside, you don't see no problem. There's more to the United States than just your outside. And y'all gonna wind up getting voted out of office with your ineptitude. Let's look at what he said. The obstruction last week. So they had from May all the way up to the break they took in July. They didn't do nothing. But a week before the break, then they wanted to talk. This should have been done back in May. We should have our check already. We should have been had it. And be looking forward to the next one, if applicable. But they sitting around waiting. Well, maybe the virus will go down and we ain't got to do this. Maybe the numbers will go down. Maybe the virus will go away. See, that's the problem. Y'all lazy and slow. And I've been proving how slow you is. But the fact that you went on vacation, after only a week of negotiation, you went on vacation and said F you to the American people. And then you've been back. You've been back. And we about to go into the third week of you being back. You still ain't done nothing. And you about to go on vacation again Friday. You're going to leave the American people hanging. 22 million Americans going to lose their houses or going to be on the street because you are lazy. You don't give a damn. And you can talk to me and they can make an excuses. Your actions say you don't give a damn about the American people. Why nobody don't have the balls to call these people out? But guess what? I did what I could do. And I ain't got to tell you. I can show you. I asked SNITCH, are you drunk? Hey man, let me bring this in some. I had it stretched out for the other one. We ain't got stretched out for this one. Let's bring it in some. I asked the man, are you drunk? You had since May to work on this bill, yet the Senate went on vacation and are threatening to go again. You all should be fired. You act like the virus is going away. Come out of La La Land and deal with this issue we pay you to do. But when I looked, I saw nobody else from YouTube. I saw nobody else. Nobody else from YouTube say anything. No, they're too busy worrying about $1,000. They're too busy worrying about who Tom is sleeping with this week. That's what they're worrying about. Let's keep it going here. Oops. Wrong one. I am joining to discuss Senate Republican plans to help struggling Americans who are facing the mounting consequences of Democrats' inaction. What? Do you hear this? This man said the mounting consequences of Democrats' inaction. The Democrats gave you a bill in May, and you didn't even touch it until July and then went on vacation, you sorry lying sack of turd. Why is it that the Republicans try to blame somebody else for what they did? You laid around and did nothing. And that's what a Republican does. You lay around and do nothing. That's all you do is lay around. Lay around and stay in your own little world. Plan to help struggling Americans who are facing the mounting consequences of Democrats' inaction. The Democrats, whether you like them or not, they gave you a bill in May, chump. We in August, and you still ain't got it done. Who got the inaction? You waited until the last week before you took your last vacation, and then you tried to hammer out something real quick. And then you and BS'd around since you've been back. And you get ready to go on vacation again. And this time, you're taking a 31-day break. How many people gonna be on the street while y'all out there with your little pinky finger holding your little drinks? And y'all laid back, and people getting put on daggone street. And you gonna blame the Democrats? Really? Really? But these are the people that you vote for. And I'm sure if I was bigger, it'd be people in here. Yeah, y'all talking about him like that. That old fart senile can't even make it down the hall. But y'all see that man? You think Trump look bad when he walk off? Looking like he walking to his coffin. Just While you in your own world, sir, people are suffering. They hurting right now. And you acting like, F them. We going on vacation. We don't care. They gonna put you on the street. Oh, well. We going on vacation. We don't care. It's your problem. We don't want to give you no money. Republicans act like it's their money. You know, the driver came in here and said, the United States is in debt and they can't afford to do what they do in Canada. Why are we in debt? Who control the money? Them. So they mismanaged our money and now we need it. And they won't give it to us. Ooh, who's going to vote for them next time? You had to be stupid. They act like they pay you. I'm not going to give you anything. I don't think you should be able to get more. It's my money. We all paid into this system, sir. We pay your salary. You keep forgetting that. The Republicans let it up go to their head. You ain't no king. Even a king is only as good as his most loyal subjects. Because to be king, all you gotta do is take the king out. So if you don't want the man to be king no more, you don't protect him. And guess what? Somebody's gonna take him out. You act like you reach in your own pocket. You old fart. Just because you get ready to expire, that don't mean everybody else ready to expire. You act like you don't need no money. Hey man, this man, son, don't blame somebody else. What the hell? Back to me, back to all over the place. Are we live? I ain't talking for nothing, man. I'm live spinning. Are we live, y'all? Hope I ain't doing this for nothing. Are we live? All right, y'all. We definitely having technical difficulties. I apologize, y'all, but I had no control over the phone company. Told y'all we've been having 92-degree humidity. We've been having thunderstorms, leftovers from their hurricane, whatever. And it's crazy. But this man said that the Democrats in action. Democrats had the plan since May. What have they done since May? June, July, now we're in August. You ain't done nothing. And you've been back for 2 weeks. And what you done? You said you had a plan of your own. You was going to hammer it out over the 2-week vacation. You came back and didn't present no plan. A week in, you been back. You still didn't present no plan. Republicans are slow. And if you depend on them, you're going to wind up like California, like Florida, like Texas, and like Arizona and Georgia. You listen to Donald Trump, look where you wind up at. It's safe to reopen. This Chinese virus is done, okay? I guarantee you, if you keep doing what you're doing, Georgia is going to take over New York spot. New York was number 1. New York is now number 4. And if you don't do something, Georgia is going to be number 4. Before the end of the month, all the states that Trump bragged about are going to be in your top 7. All the states that he bragged about back in March and April, they're going to be your top 7. Because you keep listening to these bumbling Republicans. I ain't saying the Democrats is no better, but are Republicans any better? Now, it's true. Lincoln freed the slaves. But what did he do for them afterwards? All the way from 1890-something all the way to 1960. What did the Republicans do? Nothing. They sat back and let them daggone terrorists pound us to death while they did nothing. And now people get ready to get put on the street. Why? Republicans ain't doing nothing. Nothing. Katrina hit. People living on the bridge. What the Republicans do? Nothing. People had to live in the daggone arena. What the Republicans do? Nothing. But they complain about the Democrats in California had the homeless people in the hotel so they wouldn't spread the CV. You bitched about that, but you wouldn't help them people out that were living in the daggone arena. Republicans ain't trash. I can give you fact after fact after fact. All you can say is, hey, that's all you can say. But they showing you. The fact that they went on vacation without fixing this unemployment and fixing this stop eviction and stop foreclosure bill. The fact that they went on vacation without fixing it, they said F you. The fact that they let it sit from May all the way up until a week before their vacation, they said F you. The fact that they get ready to go on vacation again, they're going to be gone for 31 days. By the time they come back, it only takes 30 days to put you out. By the time they come back, you're going to be on the street. By the time you come back, your house going to be foreclosed on. But they don't give a darn. Ain't no need. That house is paid for. They don't care. They're not worried about you, but you worried about them. He said he wanted to discuss Republican plan to help struggling Americans pass this bill. If you want to help Americans that's struggling, pass the bill. It ain't coming out your pocket. Stop giving money to these other countries. And get the money to the American people. You'll send troops up there to Portland, Oregon, when the mayor's is telling you we don't need your help. You'll send troops to Chicago when the mayor's telling you I don't need your help. But you won't send troops to the beaches to make these young kids stop freaking on each other and playing volleyball and rolling around in the daggone waves. You won't send the military to the clubs to stop the people from grinding on each other and spreading the damn disease. You won't send the military for that. Stop talking that bull crap. Because the average dumb American might take it. I don't. Let me show you what I answered this chump. Oops. I could have sworn that was it. Isn't that it? No. Wait a minute. Is that it? I said to him, seriously, sir, what? You are holding up the bills. Canada is giving $2,000 a month to help its citizens out. Manage our money and you could do the same. Get up and do, I forgot thing, the right thing for the American people. Now y'all saw what I sent to Trump the other day. I expect the Secret Service to be knocking on my door. Because I'm hitting them home. And see, when they come to you and say, oh, I never thought of that. I never heard of that. Robert Darkin sent them messages. They can't say they didn't see it. They saw it. They just ain't want to say nothing. They saw it. The same way I keep telling y'all, go look. You don't look. Well, why would he do anything? He know you ain't going to look. He know you ain't going to look. Y'all seem surprised when I tell you about what happened over the past 200 years. Y'all seem surprised when I tell you, oh, Robert Dirk lying, trying to make content up. That stuff is right there in the books. You just won't look. Best way to hide information, put in the book. Even Chris Rock said, books are like kryptonite to people. You mean I gotta read? I don't want to read. It's not a movie about it. Well, I gotta read. While we here, next thing I want to touch on. Old cutie pie. Old cutie pie. Trump's press secretary, the bulldog Kaylie. She's a bulldog. She's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Let me show y'all something here. Do y'all remember Y'all remember the song by Stevie Wonder? Isn't she pretty? Isn't she blonde and dumb? Lips, trunks, nut sack. Wouldn't know the truth if it bit a bum. Isn't she wonderful? Look at this floozy. She lies like a daggone dog. Isn't she precious? Read her logs. All she do is die for Dino. If she'll lie and die for that bastard, she'll take his place. She'll take a bullet for that bastard. She got the sense of 2 twigs and the personality too. I'm telling you, she pretty, but she ain't got a clue. They put her out there so the men can drool. And they put her out there so the woman can say, a female secretary, how cool. But she's a sheep in wolf's clothing. What would make her better is if the floozy could sing. Trying to get you forget that the Republicans ain't nothing but a damn joke. Long as she look like that, she'll never have an excuse to be broke. But tell me, isn't she pretty and dumb as fuck? Talking about Miss Kaylie. Isn't she lovely? Got the sense of a toad. Isn't she special? She gonna ride with Donald Trump to the end of the road. 'Cause at the end, there won't be no gold. Not for this troll. She proves every day she comes on TV. She's a witch with no soul. But isn't she pretty and dumb as fuck? Talking about Press Secretary Miss Kaylie. For all you women, let's get ready to get all mad. For all you women, let's get ready to get all mad. Let's go see what Miss Kaylie got to say. Cause isn't she pretty? Got the sense of a chintz. Isn't she special? Pretty blue eyes.
Get with the campaign.
And got no
Kaylie
sense.
McEnany, the national the campaign press secretary, is here with us to make the argument. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
So let's just tick through some of these things. I didn't understand the Puerto Rico play. I know he gets hit, he hits back. You know I don't accept that rationale, not from a president of the United States. But why, when they have a hurricane coming down on them?
You in the commercial already? Oh, we haven't had no difficulty.
Start going after them for being corrupt and how he's the best thing that ever happened to them. Why do that then?
Because he's fighting for the people of Puerto Rico by calling out the corrupt politicians. I think it speaks for itself when there are 375 public corruption convictions over a 10-year period. We have a hurricane coming. There were misused funds last time around. We don't want to see that happen this time around. And this president delivered the largest FEMA response effort ever in the history of FEMA to Puerto Rico. So these corrupt politicians must use these resources on the people.
Well, let's take a pause, Miss Kaylie. Isn't she precious? Puerto Rico is a part of the United States. Puerto Rico is a part of the United States. Why is it that the United States don't know how to dominate places they take over? When the North beat the South, they didn't take it over. So you telling me that Donald Trump gave them millions of dollars, millions of supplies, and nobody went over there to make sure, under his watch, nobody made sure that the right things went to the right people? Is that what you're admitting, you dumb hussy? But you sitting there thinking you look so cool. I'm so smart. You just admitted that the president sent all of our money to Puerto Rico and didn't follow up on it and didn't watch out for it. But they won't give us a goddamn stimulus check. They worrying about somebody getting $50 more than if they was working. but you sending money all over the world and nobody check on how it's being spent. That's what you saying. But you think you sound intelligent. You sound dumb as hell. You sound like a damn simpleton, but let's continue on.
All right, look, nobody's going to argue with that. However, what they will argue with are the facts, which is, one, he didn't pass it. Congress did. He was against it. He fought it. He tried to slow walk it. And now he lies about the number, Kaylee. Coming up with this 90-plus number, you know it's nowhere near that. Why? Why not just tell the truth?
He has signed into law tens of billions of dollars of funding, and the $91 billion number comes from estimated projections of what will be provided to Puerto Rico.
But it's based on an unknown of whether you need it over like the next decade plus. It makes no sense to use that number.
You're entirely missing the point, though, that this was the largest FEMA operation
See?
in the history of this country. The longest.
There you go. Yeah. The man just made a point to her. And I hear your point, and it makes sense, but we're not going to talk about that. I want you to focus on this. See, this is what I say, the mentality. The mentality is mixed up. He just gave her a fact. And instead of her saying, you know what, that makes sense. Now, let me tell you this. The man is saying 96 billion, and they ain't even gave them 30 billion. But over maybe the next 10 years, it might be 90 billion. That's like saying, well, you know, the CV has killed 160,000 people, and maybe it'll grow to 1 million over the next 10 years. Why would you want it to grow to 1 million? Why do you keep upping the number? But when somebody tell you that the CV out of control, somebody tell Trump, no, it's not. We've got it under control. So you don't want to brag about the 160 you let die, but you want to brag that we might give Puerto Rico 96 billion over the next 10 years. We ain't even gave them 30 billion, but we might give them 90 billion over the next 10 years. So you're going to say 90. You're going to say 96 billion. But you ain't even gave them a third of that. And then you didn't want to give them the money. You fought it tooth and nail. Donald Trump fought that tooth and nail. And now he's taking credit for it. Yeah, we've given them, like you didn't want to give them jack. And then you're going to blow up the figure. You hear the retardism. See, you can watch the other people and they can just la and whatever. I'm giving you facts. You keep saying that these Republicans are the best for the country. Yet you see the snaky things they do. They know better than the Democrats. This woman has been asked, has Trump lied to the people? No, he hasn't. Or she won't answer it. Why? Because didn't Trump say that he wanted a bigger, better stimulus, much more than the Democrats? The Democrats back in May said 1,200. What are they talking about now? 1,200. So you're not giving people a bigger and better. You're giving them the same thing. That's a lie. Oh, no, it isn't. That's what the Democrats said in the beginning. But you said you were going to be more generous and you were going to give a bigger, better stimulus check. How's the same thing bigger and better? But in your mind, you know, you can convince yourself, well, you know, I might have said that, but, you know, it's still generous to give you 1,200, you know. That's that thinking. The mind. There's something wrong with the mind. When they hear something, they don't hear what they hear. They hear what the brain tell them. They don't hear what you tell them. They hear what their brain tell them. The brain take the information and, how did Morgan Freeman say it? Transmogrify Joe Clark and transgressitine, and it just takes it and brings it down, and then it's something different when they come out the mouth. It is totally different than what you said. And they believe it. I shouldn't have to wear a mask. God darn it, I'm an American citizen. It's my God-given right to breathe. But God said, the second greatest commandment is take care of your fellow man. And if you put the mask on, keep you from spreading what you got to them. It helps. And they wear masks. It helps if they got something to give it to you. Well, that's not a good thing. Well, I don't. I should have the God-given right. I don't care about my fellow man. I only care about me. He can wear a mask. I'm not wearing a mask. She can wear a mask. I'm not wearing a mask. Because see, they've taken that information and they've transmogrified and switched it around and recondensed it to fit what they want. And then they project it out. Even if it don't make sense. It's what they want. And what they want takes precedent over the actual fact. But why is it that with the Republicans, it's not just that, but that they slow? You got to kick them in the hiney to make them do anything. Oh, yeah, I see it, we'll get around to it. I see it. Like, yeah. 5 months later. So you do it? No, I told you, we'll get around to it. It's all. We'll come back from the break and we'll talk about it. That's my problem with the Republicans. They hear the truth and they change it to fit their own situation that they want to do. And then when they do finally understand, they take forever to do it. Let me look at the chat before we continue. Anybody have any comments? I knew it wasn't no comments. Of course it ain't. Don't nobody want to talk about something stupid. Maybe we should go back talking about the $1,000 thing.
In the history of this country, the biggest disaster distribution operation in the history of this country to Puerto Rico.
Aren't you missing the point that it is well known that he fought for wanting to do more for them and that they are not even near to back on their feet and they're a part of this country and it's on his watch?
There has been enough done for James Lee Witt, the FEMA director of Bill Clinton, saying that this president gets an A+ on his FEMA response effort, and that's straight from Bill Clinton's FEMA director. The facts don't lie.
You got to work for Bill Clinton and be dead wrong. There are 30,000 homes that have blue tarps on them. They have people losing power today for no good reason. Thank God Dorian wasn't anything meaningful to them. Not yet, anyway. We'll see what happens on the back end of the store.
So Trump bragging about something that he didn't want. Bragging about something that he didn't want to do, that he fought tooth and nail and lost. Congress beat him on it. He lost. Now he's taking credit for it. And when he tell her that, she goes, well, Bill Clinton's ex-FEMA director said Bill Clinton, that man ain't done nothing since 1980. Was he, the 80s? He in 2020. That man said that Donald Trump had a pretty good reaction. He didn't do it. He fought it. Well, how he have a good reaction? He fought it the whole way. Yeah, daggone Puerto Rico. They sitting there asking for stuff. They part of this country. I bet you if Hawaii needed some help, he'd be right there. What else you need? While I'm here, let me go down to the beach and get me some rays. But Puerto Rico, they need help. Screw them. Black people stuck on the bridge. Screw them. 160,000 people died of CV. Screw them. That's all the Republicans keep saying. Screw you. And they say it again and again, and y'all don't hear it.
I just don't get it. Why does he talk about a place that's part of this country that way? Why would he talk about swapping it for Greenland? Why?
Because there are corrupt politicians there. That's who he's targeting. Notice in his tweet, he doesn't talk about the people of Puerto Rico.
Corruption?
First of all, Republicans shouldn't say nothing about no corruption. Y'all and y'all big business and your big boys and your good old boy network. But he said that he want to swap Puerto Rico for Greenland. He says that Puerto Rican has corruption. You are the president of the United States, and that is a member of the United States. You should be down there making sure that those citizens, because they are citizens, You should make sure that those citizens are being governed. But for you to sit up in D.C. and talking about the people of Puerto Rico, which is not a separate country. They are a part of us. We took them over. The United States don't know how to take over a country. You know, they gave Taiwan back to the Chinese. Chinese is already going in there and putting their footprint on the country. To the point that other countries might have to intervene. Because it's their country now, and they're going to go in there and do what they got to do. How come we don't? We take something over and we just let them be, there you go. We'll still get some money and there you go. Why we don't go in there and put our footprint? Because we only interested. Because the rich people are only interested in what kind of value they can pull from the country. But they don't care about the people in the country, even though they supposed to be us now. You want to sell the country rather than go in there and fix it the way you want it? If you own the country, go in there and fix it. If you have a son that's running an apartment building for you and you see that he's mismanaging it, do you throw more money at him or do you go take it over and do it the way you want to do it? If you take over something, the person that won is supposed to go and put it the way they want it. You don't take over something and leave it alone. You don't take over something and leave it alone. That don't work. Well, I just bought this building. I got 90 tenants. I'm not going to introduce myself to the tenants. I'm not going to tell them what I expect of them. Next month, only half of them pay the rent. Well, I'm not going to go down there. They putting holes in the walls and having loud parties and the police was there. I'm not going to go there. They selling drugs off the first floor and they got a lab up on the 18th floor. I'm not going to go there. Just let them go here. That's what he did with Puerto Rico, and now he complaining that it's corruption. Because you're not manning the helm. You are the president of the United States, Puerto Rico, Guam, the Virgin Islands, and Hawaii. You are the president of these places. But you let those other countries run themselves, except for Hawaii. You know what Hawaii doing because all that money being made in Hawaii. Yeah, they let to go there and relax and recuperate. Yeah, they stay on that. You don't have no problem out the Virgin Islands because they like to go and relax there. They're going to put their footprint on that. But the other ones, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Samoans, y'all starving, yeah, whatever. Whatever. Y'all down in Puerto Rico, don't call us, call Mexico. Don't call us. Call Mexico, they right there. And then when something go wrong, see, I told you, they wasn't no good down there. But you don't know because you ain't been. You ain't on your P's and Q's when it come to them. So you want to just trade them. Stupid, man.
Something that he goes after hard and heavy.
Oh, he always goes after corruption. And when
Really?
we give money to Puerto Rico, tens of billions of dollars, and federal officials find stockpiles
He goes
of
after
unused
corruption
materials.
hard and heavy. He
Of
just
course he
pledged to hold
does.
the G7 at his own golf course. He's got an
Of course he
administration
goes
that's
after
littered with
corruption.
perfidy and people who don't know how to keep their hands out of their own pockets.
But
And he's
I-
about corruption.
I'm happy to go into corruption because we got a heck of a lot to talk about with
Really?
Obama,
You mean in
from
terms of
bullying
things that are
Tea Party
suspect
groups,
corruption?
from spying on U.S. citizens within the Trump campaign. These are things that we
You can
never
use
get to
whatever
talk
words
about
you
on
want.
here,
You just
Chris.
don't have the facts to back it up.
Yeah,
this
I
is a
do have
president
facts
who
to back
won't
this
even
up.
show his taxes, Kaylie. Are you kidding?
This is a president that constantly has things made up about him, as happened last night on MSNBC.
He doesn't want things
to
made
his
up.
finances.
Listen, hey, you see the letters on the bottom of the screen? They say CNN. If I didn't say it, I don't want to talk about it. I didn't report that story. It was out there. We go with the facts. I don't need anything else. If he had nothing to hide about his money story, why doesn't he release his taxes?
Yeah.
Why doesn't he just release proof that he's under audit?
He's not going. He's under audit. He's not going to play into your hand and give you his taxes.
Play into my hands.
But literally, if we want to talk about what just happened,
did y'all hear what she just said? He's not going to play into the Democrats' hand by showing his taxes. That man is the president of the United States. He is a public figure. He is responsible for our money. We need to know how he handles his own money. Because he's handling ours. Like right now. He the one that got rid of all the PPA equipment and had to run around and put a whole new team together when Obama left him one. That was him. He's the one that took his time with the testing. And now the testing ain't really no help now because we can't trace all these people between 50 and 70-some thousand new cases a day. How are we going to track all those people and the people they come in contact with? He waited too long. He waited too long. Like I said, they slow. He making excuse after excuse for a man that's a bumbling idiot. You want a ship that's sinking. And instead of trying to plug the hole or instead of trying to get the passengers into the lifeboat, you still trying to chug along in that boat that's going down. Well, we're going to make it. Yeah, it's fun with water. Don't pay the water no mind. We're going to make it. People drowning. They be all right. We'll lose a couple people, but it's okay. Come on. Come on. We only got 40 miles to go. Come on. I know it's sinking. We can make it. That's your Republicans. Because rather than do something at the time something happened, they want to sit back and wait and see what happens. Can I say it again? Rather than doing something during the crisis when it's happening, they want to sit back. They want to sit back like a critic after it happened. Well, I know you called me, said your ex-husband was coming to kill you and the kids. Are you going to come here and stop me? Yeah, I'll be there. The man come, kill them all. The police came, put you all in the body bags. Got you loaded in the meat wagon. The coroner looking at you. Then they come around. All right, what happened? You ready? The people did. Huh? They called you and said the man was coming. Why you didn't stop him? Oh, well, they do this and do that. It's all good. They'll be all right. They know what they did. Huh? Yeah, they did. Really? Oh, man, maybe we should have got here earlier. Yeah, that's the Republicans. Maybe we should have done that earlier. Make that a phrase, y'all, catchphrase. Maybe we should have done that earlier. Let me hit the chat real quick before we continue. I don't know why it's not showing me Tony. I see it on the phone, but I don't see it in the chat. Wait a minute. Shoot, we had to go back. Wait a minute, let me see if I can go back and grab chat again. Live chat, pop out chat. I think when we cut off, we had to get a new chat. So is Tony showing up on the OBS? I don't see him. So hold on. Let me grab the link. Wait a minute. Oh, that's top chat. We need live chat. We live chat. Give me the link. Copy. And come back. And where is the chat here? It is. I haven't. And I apologize, y'all. We're having technical difficulties today. All right, so the chat should be updated. Let me type something real quick, just to be sure. I typed hello. See hello go my here yet? When you see hello, I know it's good. There it is. Okay. Let's check out the chat. Tony was talking up a storm. Wait a minute now, here I come. Tony said, I'm at work but listening. Naya said spinning. She said, no way, BDS. Naya said, oh my. She said, laugh out loud. She said, Twitter removed his tweet posting false information. Tony said, hi, Naya, dear. I'm on my cigarette break currently at my enjoyment. Naya says, hey, Tony. Tony says, I can't type. I can't type Chinaman no more. Shake my head. Because Chinamen have their feet prints in all the sub-Saharan countries in Africa now. Tony says Madagascar has a Chinaman as their president now, and Tanzania and Seychelles and Comoros have their prime ministers as Chinamen. Tony says some parts of the sub-Saharan Africa, the Chinamen have their own police department. Tony said Chinamen are the new colonizers of the whole globe. They be running us now. Tony says I'm here, BD. And Tony says, Liz, do you see me? How about NNC? Do you see me, hun? Papa D? Seeing my comments. Well, I hit them up earlier. I hope they're watching. Because they always say that I'm too hard on the Republicans. But you see me come with the fire. Everybody else is talking about some $1,000. I'm coming with the fire. I don't just say something. I bring it and put it in your face. And like I told you, they're thinking. If you can see this, and it's not changing your mind, if it's not making you want to get them Republicans out your Senate, I don't know. I just don't know what to tell you. I'm going all the way back to the Emancipation Proclamation and showing you how slow and lazy Republicans are. I don't know what more I can do for you. Except let this woman keep talking, prove it. Because isn't she lovely? Pretty blonde and dumb as F. It's so sad. She puts up with Trump ineptness. We'll go down swinging like a boxer. The Trump's her superstar. When she leaves the White House, does she go right to the bar? Yeah, there you Woo-hoo. Y'all worrying about somebody singing. Sing that. All right, let's get back to this floozy. Floozy named Susie. Long blonde hair, blue-eyed, no booty.
On CNN, literally the last hour, you took words from the press secretary, Stephanie Grisham, from an entirely different interview talking about how the president often talks in jest, and then played it juxtaposed against a story about the president suggesting people should break the law, and acted as if that quote pertained to that story, which it didn't.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Well, it happened last hour. Take a look at it. This is what the media does. MSNBC live last night. You took
Cuomo Prime Time. You want to talk about your friend Ms. Grisham? I want to know why she says he couldn't make it to the climate meeting because he was having meetings with Germany and India when they were at the meeting. I want to know why they say they hang their case against Brian Karam on an interview, a statement they said they had from a Secret Service agent that they then said, she said, didn't exist. So if you want to talk about her, I'm fine. She should be here defending herself. And when she wants to take the invitation, she can have it.
You should be thanking Stephanie Grisham, who literally fought with reporters in North Korea, with North Korea security guards to get reporters access, who literally fought to get more reporters access than any other nation at the G7.
After they pulled Brian Karam's press pass because they didn't like him having an argument with one of their friends?
Yes, because the president had left and he started bullying someone on those grounds.
Bullying? Did you see the video?
Yes, I did. And he was bullying that he was confronting a guest of the White House.
The guy got up. Listen, that is not even close to a fair representation. Here's the proof of it. Here's the proof. You want to talk about bullying? How about this? Kaylie McEnany, I can't have you on the show anymore. You know why? You're clearly not working for me anymore. You're not working for me anymore. I thought you worked for me. I thought you used to take care of me. When people used to
Let's pause this. Everybody knows that Fox is for Republicans. John Hannity, what's his name? Rush Limbaugh. That woman that we play from time to time, make fun of. They all are for the Republicans. We know that. But look at what Trump said about Fox News. I don't want to win for myself. I only want to win for the people. The new Fox News is letting millions of great people down. We have to start looking for a new news outlet. Fox isn't working for us anymore. We need to find a new news outlet. Fox isn't working for us anymore. Y'all see this in your face. Watch her try and deny it. Let's go. Watch her try to deny it.
About me, you'd say good things. Now you're being fair. Now you're pushing back. That's what he said about Fox News. Talk about bullying.
The president's not bullying anyone. The president is lied about constantly.
On Fox
literally
News?
time and time again. He's frustrated with media coverage.
On Fox News?
He's frustrated with media coverage. He's fighting for the people in his movement. He didn't say Fox News should work for him. That's again not what
he
the
said they're
tweet
not
said.
working. Put the tweet
No,
back.
he said they're not working for us. The network as a whole is not working
They're
for
not
us.
working for us anymore. Us anymore.
Fox
For us
isn't
anymore.
working for us anymore.
You are again,
They were
here we
never
go
supposed
again.
to be working for him. You
It's
didn't
in our
think they were
face.
working for you,
This
did
is
they?
more fake news. Literally in the last 24 hours, you
tweets
take
are
the
fake.
version out of context. You take the president
I'm
out of
not taking
context.
anybody out of
MSNBC
context.
lies about the president and our campaign manager. This is why Harvard, by the way, says 90% of the news coverage of the president.
She keeps saying MSNBC. She's on CNN. She can't be that dumb. You ever heard that phrase, dumb as a light bulb? Turn your light on, sweetie. You mentioned MSNBC 3 times. The man told you, I'm on CNN. I ain't got nothing to do with them. But you keep going back to MSNBC to make your point. You keep going to MSNBC. The same way you had when he told you that Trump didn't want to give Puerto Rico Jack, even though they're part of our country, and fought it tooth and nail, and now he taking credit for it, even though he fought against it. And then he lying about how much money we gave him. Well, Clinton's FEMA director said that Trump did a good job. Trump didn't want to give him nothing. What good job did he do? Congress did a good job, not Trump. They had to override him. What? They had to override the president to help people that's part of the United States. And you sit here and deny it. Now the man just said, and everybody know that Fox News is for the Republicans. We know that. Some of y'all listen to Sean Hannity when you're coming home from work. Some of y'all listen to Rush Limbaugh. They come home at night, and they got people on at night. Even Sean Hannity got a show on at night. You got Tucker Carlson coming on. Come on, man.
Is negative. Not my words. Harvard's
that's
words.
not what Harvard said. Harvard said 90% of the coverage is negative. They didn't say why. The why is his mouth and his actions. If he didn't lie, if he didn't take things out of context, if he didn't demonize people for being different, if he didn't make it okay to be bigoted, then he would not get the same kind of criticism.
He doesn't lie.
Look at
The
this.
press
You
lies.
don't look at Fox News and call it state. And people aren't going to call you out for being unfair to a media
He doesn't lie. Guess who lies? The press lies. And
You
don't
don't
take
think
it
this
from me.
president has ever lied?
Take it from Jim Comey, who literally called out in New York.
You don't think this president has lied to the American people?
No,
you
I
have
don't
to
think
answer
the
that
president
question
has
first.
lied.
He
I
has
don't think
never
the
lied to
president
the
has
American
lied.
people.
No, I don't
Kaylie
think the
Maiden,
president
your
has lied.
credibility will be
I
shot
think
with my
CNN
audience if
has
you don't
lied
back
to
off
the
that
American
statement.
people. I think MSNBC has lied to the American people. I think the fake news has lied to the American
Has the
people.
president
Don't take
lied
it
to
from
the
me.
American people?
Chris, let me respond.
Yeah, you want to answer the question?
Comey testified before Congress under oath that a New York Times story about Russian connections was false and in the main not true, and the Russia reporting was false. And for 2 years, you talked about Russia, and now you moved on to
Did
recession.
Russia interfere in the...
What they got to do with, do you think he a liar? Do he lie to the American people? Yes, he do. I can give you two, like I gave you earlier. He said that he was going to give a bigger stimulus check than the Democrats. It was going to be much more generous. Yet we getting the same old $1,200 that the Democrats offered back in May. We already have it in our hands. Same thing that the Democrats came up with in May. He said he was going to do better. And now they talking about the same thing. That's a lie. He didn't do what he said. He said that he was going to do the payroll deductions. It was all people in a certain amount were not going to pay payroll tax. Said he was stopping it. He won't sign no bill unless that's in there. But guess what? Republicans say, hell no, we not passing that. And guess what? It ain't in the bill no more. That's lie number 2. I just gave you 2 lies that the man said right there. You say he don't lie. I just gave you 2 lies. He's still trying to tell you that hydrochloroquine, whatever it's called, hydrochloroquine, he's still trying to tell you that this is going to help people. Yet every study, 9 out of 10 studies says not only does it not do nothing for the CV, that it gives you heart murmurs, that it gives you blood clots that can kill you. But he want to convince you because he spent millions of our dollars buying this daggone drug that don't do nothing. And he won't admit that he made the mistake. He'd rather see you in the hospital. He'd rather see you dead than say, hey, I messed up. Liar. Liar. He directed the people to tell everybody, don't worry about a mask. That's a Trump directive. You know why? Because he gave or sold all the masks he had. The stuff that Obama left him, he had nothing. And he didn't want to take the Chinese mask. But now he going around saying, well, Fauci said don't wear a mask. Didn't he say that back in March? You don't need a mask. He said that to protect your butt. The same way this woman sitting here doing a bad job of trying to protect your butt because she's terrible. I mean, she brain dead as I don't know what.
All lies about this
Did Russia interfere in the election?
There was no collusion. Was there
Did
collusion?
Russia interfere in the election? It's a
Was
yes/no
there
question.
collusion?
You're very smart. You can answer.
Was there collusion?
Did they interfere?
Well, answer my question
Yes.
first. Was there collusion?
The answer is yes. And here's
False.
why.
According to
Collusion is a
Robert
behavior,
Mueller.
not a crime. You learned that in law school. And here's what they did. This president went out there stoking their efforts. His son took a meeting he should have never taken. It was beyond the line of stupid. And he went to that meeting with 2 people who knew better. No conspiracy theory. They went to the meeting. It's collusive behavior. Was it a crime? No. And I never said it was. And I said it was good news that it wasn't. But they interfered, and you can't even mention it.
You
He talks
perpetuated
about
a
Vladimir
conspiracy
Putin as a
theory
guy who
for
should be
2
in the
years.
G7, and he fights with our allies about it. He stands next to him on the national, actually the world stage, and says he takes his word for it against his own intel agencies.
Continue to play up the Russia collusion conspiracy theory. You guys lied about the
I
president
never
in
mentioned
16.
any kind of collusion
He won on
conspiracy.
November 8th, 2016, and he's going to win again.
I never said that he shouldn't
He's
have
going
won.
to win again.
I never said that his election was not what it was.
You
Won the
moved
election.
on from
I say it
Russia
all
to
the time.
recession,
But I'm going to
and
ask you
never-
this one more time. Kaylie McEnany, do you believe this president has ever lied to the American people?
No, I don't believe the president has
wow.
lied. I believe the fake news media. Do you believe
That
the
blew
fake
my
news
IFB
media
right
has
out of my
lied?
head.
Do you believe the fake news media has
Interview's
lied?
over, Kaylie. Please,
The
if you
fake
can't
news
admit
media
that this
lies every
president
day
has
about
lied
this
to the
president.
American people, will not
The
have credibility
fake
with the
news
audience.
media lies,
You
and
got
that's
a
why you've
long
lost
way to
credibility.
go, Kaylie. Look, listen, when a president is telling the American people every day not to believe in a free press, that they're the enemy of the state, and he
gives
lies
more
about the
access
allies
to
at
you
G7
than
saying what we really
any
want to know
president
is
in
why your
history.
media hates the country, he is to blame
He
for
just
sowing the
did
seeds
a
of division.
40-minute press
And
avail
he
in
lies
90-degree weather.
so
The
what?
president gives access, and you lie about everything he says and take him out of
I
context.
have
and the people are
never
frustrated.
lied about this president
people are
in my
frustrated.
life. You may not like what I say. That doesn't make it a lie. He lies all the time, and you know it.
Go
and
watch
if you
your
don't
last
own it,
hour,
they won't
taking
listen to
Stephanie
you as
Grisham
well.
out of context and putting one story with another.
show me
to
what
try to
I
make
lied about,
it seem
Kaylee.
as if the president
You
lied and Stephanie lied and it was
me
not
lying
true.
about this president, and I'll give you a prize. You admit the truth about him, I'll give you 2 prizes. But you're still welcome on the show.
I don't
although
need
you may
any
have,
prizes
you may
from
have hurt
fake
me.
news media.
You may have hurt me tonight in inviting you back, because if you can't admit that he lied, these people are never going to believe you about
I think you should
anything.
take a look in the mirror,
All right?
Chris.
I do, and I don't like these lines, but I do like that I don't lie to my audience every damn chance I get. Thank you for coming on the show. I disagree,
Thanks, Chris.
but with decency.
Ella and her family need a new
So for all you
And with
women
TrueCar
that's
Buy
going,
from-
oh look, we got a female press secretary. That's what you got. Trump bulldog. Trump's bulldog is what she is. Sam says Trump is giving black business owners money, BD. I've never said he didn't. People that watch me every day know that I would rather have Trump in office than have Biden. My problem is crisis. If we never had a crisis, I would take Trump over Biden all the time. But I've shown you a pattern with Republicans. They're showing you right now. I ain't got to say nothing. They making my point. They are making my point. Trump is using this woman the same way that over the past 30 years, white men have used black women to be the bulldogs at the job. They don't mind hiring them because it makes the man secondary. Because see, only in this society, in every other country, the man is the head of the household, the woman helps the man. Even if she make more money than him, she still is not important to the man. But in this country, the initiative is you don't need a man. We'll give you the job and put you over top of him to help divide you. And if you ain't got no sense, have some babies and we'll give you some money and we'll give you the house, we'll give you a check, we'll give you health care. You don't need the man. And keep raising up these babies so we can lock them up. And they don't compete with our children. And instead, they compete with each other in the jails to work for 25 cents an hour. They don't mind a few black people getting the business. They don't mind it, as long as it's a few. Try to have your own district in a good area and see what happens. Go find a nice, good area. I ain't talking about no inner city slum. Go find a nice, good area and try to set up a black community and see what happens. See what happens. See when they see you successful. See how you find an area nobody was looking at, and you go develop it, and you put your own businesses up, and put your own stuff up. See how long for somebody come along. Why is there Walmart here? Wasn't no Walmart here before? Why there Macy's here? Wasn't no Macy's here before? Where are these white people coming from? They weren't coming here before. As long as it's just one, you know, one. We'll have 30. They got one. Okay, I'm good with that. Oh, they got 2 stores here. Okay, well, we got 40. We don't care. But let you have your own and be self-sufficient. They're going to come mess with you. Somebody's going to come mess with you. But that's what they do. As long as you ain't got nothing, they fine. Soon as you get something, wait a minute now. Something ain't right. We never did any good in that area. How are they doing so well? Let's get over there and get in. We gotta put our we gotta put our footprint in there somehow. Sam says CNN is awful. Only news I trust is not for profit. Sam, I only trust if you show me saying, if CNN shows me saying that I can't stand Thomas Sotomayor, right? Which I could care less about Thomas Sotomayor. I don't care what he do. But say I said it, I can't stand him. And then one day you turn around and you see him on the show, and we chatting it up. And we've been best friends for years. You would say, hey, I thought you said you didn't like him. And I tried to backtrack. No, I didn't say I didn't like him. You know. And then you go report it to everybody else. Then I go around here, Sam lying on me. I didn't say that. Sam lying on me. And you got the video, and you play the video back of me saying, you know, you play the video back of me saying that I don't like him. Now you the fake news. See, Sam fake. Sam trying to start something between us. See that? That's what they're saying. They ain't denying that it's true. They saying the people that's saying it ain't no good. The truth is the truth. It don't matter if Sam say it, Joe say it, Rochelle say it. If it's the truth, it's the truth. But you don't go after the truth. You go after the person that showed the truth. If there is a lie said, Fox should be showing the lie. Look, CNN just lied. Here's the footage right here. That's not what's happening. He's just mumbling on and on. Everybody's against the president. He don't do nothing. And yet she showed him in it. She showed it in her face. The man said that Fox News is letting down our people. And they are not for us anymore. He didn't say that. It's right there in your face. Well, he said it, but he didn't say it. So you see the truth. And you can't accept the truth. So you want to make up your own truth. Y'all understand? You see the truth, but you want to make up your own version of it. And that's where it gets dangerous. Because if you can't accept the truth, how can we grow? How can we come together if you can't accept the truth? If we're in a support group and you got children from the Daughters of the Confederacy on one side, and you got children from the Black Panther Party on the other side, and the children of the Black Panther Party is telling you the stories that their parents told them, and you only know what your parents told you. What the Panther kids say versus what the Daughters of the Confederate kids say are not going to match up. But if you can't admit and say, well, you know, that's not what my daddy said. My daddy said that you was trying to, that your grandfather, they were trying to rape the white women, and so they had to do something. And they tell you that the black men, you don't know that means death. They even look at a white woman. Why would you say that? That's not what my daddy said. Well, I'm telling you, this is what happened. I don't believe it. I just can't believe it. But here's a statement from one of the white women saying that we just said that to start trouble. I see it. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. what my granddaddy said. I mean, that's what. Until you can look at proof and be able to say, hey, you know what? Maybe my granddad was lying to me. Maybe my father was lying to me. I'm sorry for what they did. Grandfather. Where can we go from here? How do we honestly fix this? But until you can admit that, we can't go there. And that's why this stuff keeps boiling up. You put it under the rug, it boils back up. Because even when you see the proof, even when you see the proof, you still don't believe it. And you won't believe it. We can sit here and look at the CV numbers all day. And then we can put a video on and somebody, it's fake. That's just fake news. That's not the real number. They just blew them up, And then if we have to go look at the death certificates and see how many people died from COVID, do they match these numbers? You just made them up. I'm just not, You can't grow with people like that. And this is what I'm saying. How can we grow and come together as a nation? We are not together. We are here in the United States. We are not together. You can't tell me that you want me to stand for a song that in it says that they hope that God destroy my people. But I'm supposed to stand next to you. What? You want me to respect the Constitution that read, I'm only 1/5 of a man. But you expect me to say, well, forget that part, pledge allegiance to the flag. You want to wave a Confederate flag in my face. Go to any other country in the world where they conquered another country and tell me where them people have that old flag and wave it in the people's faces. They beat the crap out of them. They will beat the crap out of them and kill them all. Because they defeated that flag. Why would you even have the gall to wave it? But United States, there are people that came over here from countries that got conquered. They wouldn't dare wave that old flag and that new. They tell how. That's why they come over here. And they want to come over here, and then, yeah, they can do it here. Nobody don't say nothing. Let them go back to the old country that got conquered. Hey, tear them people to shreds for bringing that flag up here. These are the things that I'm talking about. Until we really get to the issue, there is no United States. We are not united. We only united when we find another enemy to gang up on. That's when we're united. We was united when the Japanese dropped the bomb. We was united. We was united when the World Towers went down. We was united with the Al-Qaeda. We was united with the ISIS. It took shootings of Tiana Adams, of killing of George Floyd, the Ahmaud Arbery, Sharp Brooks. People started being united. Why do we need outside stimuli? United. Remember I told you, you're not a great couple if you need outside stimuli for y'all to be together and have a good time. You always got to be out doing something. You always got to have the TV background. You always got to be watching the movie. You always got to have your friends around. You just can't be yourself. It's the same with the country. We only unified when it's something outside threatening everyone. then we can come together. Because even though you say, okay, a lot of people came out for the George Floyd, but we've shown videos, them same cops kill white people too, and Indian, and Asian. But it was such a small amount that people just, but you heard about it, and you really didn't pay attention. Oh yeah, and fake news. But when you see it, it's different when you see it. Home company is really struggling today. When you see it, you just saw Press Secretary Kaylie see what Trump tweeted, and she still was in denial. She looked right at it. He put it up on the screen for her to see. Hey, yeah, he didn't say that. That's right there. He literally said, Fox is not for us. Who's the us? Us trying to make America great again. Us, Republican. They're not for us anymore, they're not. He didn't say that. You're looking right at it. I don't see that. That's not what I see. Mentality. If you can have that kind of reaction on something national, how are you going to deal with something local? How's somebody going to say, hey, why did you come destroy my bar? We ain't done nothing to you. You run a good bar here. Well, you're taking my business. That's the reason for you to destroy my bar? Yeah, I want to get you out of here. See, that will be honest. And we can work from there. Maybe we can work together and see if we can split the people instead of fighting over the people. But no, I didn't do nothing. No, we didn't. I got your fingerprints right there. No, we didn't. It's been proven that that's the lighter you set it on fire with, and you smoke your Camels. And everybody knows you always had that kind of lighter. And your fingerprints is on there. It don't matter. I said I didn't do it. We have surveillance video of you and your employees setting our bar on fire. I don't care what kind of video you got. We didn't do it. We'll deny it to the end. So how do you have any kind of reconciliation when one party won't admit their wrongdoing? So you sweep it under the rug, you rebuild your bar, you take the customers back anyway because you got a better bar, they're going to come back and burn it again. And that's why we keep having these uprisings. You keep putting it under the rug, and the stuff come back up. You pushing stuff under the rug. And sooner or later, it come back up again. Because if you can't see what you're doing wrong, how you going to do right? If you can't see what you're doing wrong, how you going to do right? And you're going to do it again. And that's why you can talk about the retraining of the cops and all of that. Fact of the matter is, most of them scared. Or most of them just don't like minorities and think they beneath them. And one of them's going to do it again. Y'all got to calm it down now. Calm it down. I don't mind what you're doing, but calm it down. You're going too far. The media is coming around. People starting to see what you're doing. Calm it down. All right, we'll calm it down. Sure, Chief. And then 5 months later, there's another one. And then a week after that, it's another one. Because you haven't dealt with the problem. You just try to push it under the rug. We got so many rugs that the vacuum cleaner can't pick up the dirt. We keep pushing stuff under the rug. Why aren't we having more conversations about this? Why am I the only one that got the courage to say something? Why aren't other people saying these things? You know, the footage from the Floyd George camera, one of the body cams that they didn't release, secretly got released. It showed a man sitting in the car and they got the gun in the man's head already. I said, damn, for $20. You got a gun to a man, you got a gun in a man's head for $20. $20. That's what I thought. But then I turned on somebody else that said, yeah, did you see how he was wouldn't get out the car? See, if we would stop doing that, this stuff would. I'm like, they got a gun on a damn man for $20. That don't register in your brain. Like, what do you see? If he'd just got out the car, there wouldn't have been no problem. You tell me about $20, you put a gun and got it aimed in my head. I don't want to go with you. I don't want to talk to you. $20? Let me reach in my pocket and give you $20. There you go. You got a gun in my head for $20. That ain't a crack fiend move. What is? Only a crack fiend will put a gun in your head for $20. Your life is not worth a fake $20 bill. I'm just asking. Yo, we might have to stop this because I don't know what's going on. We constantly staying in the red. I don't know what's going on here. We do a fast reboot. We got all 4 bars. So if it's all the way, if the auto brightness is all the way up, then why can't I see it? All right, we seem to still be here. But is anybody going to answer the question? How can we heal? How can we really be united if half of us won't admit the wrongdoings that still continue to today? Because a lot of people will tell you, I had nothing to do with that. You benefit from it. You keep telling black people, well, even though your ancestors did most of the work, you don't have nothing. And you got to start from scratch. In the meanwhile, we get to sit here and benefit from the work your ancestors did. You get no benefit of it. But you're free now. Ain't you happy? You've had land in your family for generations and generations and generations. The few black people that got land, they had to survive the lynchings, property damage, and them burning the field. They had to survive it. There are some black families that actually own land, and they had to pay 10 times as much as it really cost. And when they sold their goods, they were only given a third of the profit that they were giving to other white farmers. The deck is stacked heavily against us. And they can tell us we need to rise up out the inner cities, figure out how to get through school, and then come beg you for a job you don't want to give us. You want to give to your own kids. But the deck not stacked. See, I tell the truth. And y'all can get mad, but you can't say I'm lying. That's why you don't come in here. Because you can't say I'm lying. Everything I'm saying is truth. I'm spitting straight fire. And you got no answer for it. So you just run and sweep it under the rug. Well, if I don't watch the show, nobody, the YouTube people won't suggest it. So we just won't watch Brother Derek. But then you got to come back and watch it later. Because you want to hear what I'm saying, because you know what I'm saying is true. Just don't want to admit it. I remember something I heard a man say. He worked for a collection agency, for a bank. And I was sitting trying to get a car loan in the next booth. And I heard the guy say, you know, you owe us money from 5 years ago. You thought it would go away? I said, man, that was 5 years ago, man. It's a new day here. I got a new job and I want to get a house. He said, you didn't pay off the last house. We had to auction it off. Well, look, man, I got $5,000 to put down on the house. Are you going to let me get a house? He said, no, not till you take care of this. It's on your credit. Man said, well, I'll go somewhere else. Everywhere he went, they told him the same thing. You can't get another house till you take care of this. So finally, he had to come take care of it and get the bank the restitution they wanted. And then they cleared his credit. And then he had to save up again and then go buy the house. So as you try to skirt the responsibility, you think that you're putting out the little fires. But in actuality, you're just making them embers. And then later on, they're going to come back up. And you got to put them down again and make the fire embers. You never put the fire out. So the embers can always reignite for another flame. This is what we've been doing in the United States. And that's why we can't get along. Because that underlying tension is still there. Because you know, it's white people that feel guilty. And it's black people that's pissed off. It's black people that just don't say nothing. Smile and just whatever. It's white people that tell you, yeah, you ain't going to get nowhere and we ain't going to help you. You can do whatever you want to do. We're not letting you in. Got all this stuff working. 51 states working, and it's the lion. It's going up, come down, up, come down, come up, come down. The fact that Donald Trump would say that he put Black Lives Matter in the same category as the Confederates, man, the Confederates are in the same. They're worse than Al Qaeda. They've killed more black people than 10 Al Qaedas ever will. On 10 9/11, 50 9/11. But your president put Black Lives Matter and them terrorist Confederates equal. They'll let you know right there that he racist as hell. No, he's not. He is not racist. That's what that says. That you think that a couple black people marching and maybe kicking in a few doors, maybe busting a few car windows, maybe setting a building on fire. They don't create no horror. Who's scared of them? They gonna send the police and the SWAT team and the military and the National Guard to go get them. Who was going to go get those terrorists? Who was going to go get those racist, southern, ignorant bastards? Who was going to go get them? How do you compare the two? How do you compare the fear? How? How you compare them two? Listen to what I'm saying. Stop into the brain and just listen to what I'm saying. How do you make them equal? A mob of black people going after any white town would get taken out in seconds. But a mob of white people in any black area whatever they wanted. Won't nobody say nothing. Maybe a few bleeding hearts. Y'all need to stop that. Y'all know better than that. You wasn't raised like that. That's about it. But they know. They'll be at their door the next day. See, that's one of them in-lovers. We got to get rid of him. We were trying to put him in line. He came in there and said something. No, we got to get rid of you. You're not even loyal to yourselves. You don't care about each other. How the hell you going to care about anybody else? That's the most scariest thing about the United States of America. You don't care about yourselves. But I got news for you. For every slave plantation, there was white folk that worked in the field too. Except they had a whip in their hand. But they wasn't sitting up there eating with the massa. No, they wasn't. They had their own quarters to sit in. So they didn't. That's because you could work for them and still couldn't go up in the house. And you were the same color. They don't even look out for themselves. They don't look out for you. You putting all your hope into somebody that don't look out for each other. Why do you have white homeless people? This is a white country. Why do you have white homeless people? Why do you have white people that's poor? They don't take care of each other. You expect them to take care of you? Let's keep it real. Tell the truth. Stop lying to yourself and making excuses. Because that's what you're doing. You're making excuses. You're putting stuff under the rug. You're putting the blinders on so you can't see. When somebody asks you about it, you want to talk about, well, look what he doing. No, we talking about you. Everybody get mad. Why you get mad? It's the truth. How can we fix it? You can't say we equal when everything about you. How that's equal? How is that equal? Everything's stacked in your favor, but we equal. How? And sat there and let the black people walk around like we do. Well, we're going to have to move. We're going to move way out here. So they can't get out here. Back, it was all right for them when black people couldn't afford cars. Because you could go out to the boonies. They had the buses not go out there. They were fine with that. But they didn't see you. You couldn't get out there. Then when they realized, wait a minute, our kids don't want to work McDonald's. Our kids don't want to work Burger King. Our kids don't want to work at the mall. But we got to have a bus to go out there. Because we need them to work. How you doing, Yimmy? Our kids ain't gonna work it. I need somebody to make my Big Mac. I need somebody to let me get my shake. But they'll work at Starbucks though. I can tell you right now here in Baltimore City. Anybody ever heard of White Marsh? If y'all watch the video, y'all know that I met the people out there in White Marsh when I got the bike. You know that the McDonald's in White Marsh used to pay the black employees from the McDonald's in the city, but not the inner city, the one on Perrin Parkway, because it was near the county line. So they figured that they must be to the county line, they must be a better form of black people. They was only paying a little bit above a minimum wage working in the city. Minimum wage was like $3 and something an hour. They would pay black people, they would send a cab to come pick them up from that McDonald's. And they would send them up to White Marsh to wait on the white people. And they paid them $10 an hour. They didn't mind paying that cab ride. You know why? Because they knew most blacks couldn't get back out there. So even if they was out there and they said, that's a nice house right there, look at that nice Mercedes right there, and look at that nice Beamer, maybe we need to come back out here. There wasn't no way to get out there. You was gonna pay a cab and pay $40 to get out there. Take the bus as far as it go and then get in the cab. What are the chances of you making it back all the miles? What are the chances without getting pulled over? They had no problem with it. But then they decided the mall got bigger and bigger and bigger. And pretty soon, they just said, we'll have to go ahead and let the MTA come out there. So now you got a bus to go out there. Just to bring the employees and bring them back. So now the people that were living in White Marsh, they been picked up and moved to Harford County. There ain't no bus to Harford County. I can tell you right now, the only way I can get to Harford County is to pay somebody to drive me there or to catch a cab and spend $100 to get there and back. That's the only way I can get out there. And you know why that is? Because they don't want inner city black people to be able to come out there. They don't want them. They don't want them. But, Brother Derek, there's black people out there. Yes, it is. You know why? Because they had a military base in Harford County. And it's only in one section. But they had a military base out there in Harford County. And they actually had apartments. It used to be barracks. They made them into apartments. And they were letting the poor white folk stay there. But guess what? White people wanted to come back to the city. They wanted to come back and be around the harbor. Why are we letting? Because there's so many white bars around the inner harbor. It's ridiculous. Probably like 90 bars around the inner harbor. They got to drive 20 miles, 30 miles to come to the bar and hang out. I'm tired of driving. I'm tired of getting on 95 and 695. I'm tired of getting on Route 50. Our people got tired of taking 2 hours to get to work. They said, you know what? I'm tired of, I don't care who live around here. We gonna get them out. They started putting black people out there in the county. Way out in the county. And you can't get back. They give you a bus, and that bus take you to the little local mall. Remember when we did the George Floyd, they had the little mall? They got a little ferry bus. They take the residents all and back. They know you can't go nowhere unless you know somebody with a car or you got a car. They know you can't go nowhere. So that's okay. You can have this nice part of the county. Stay out there. We coming back in the city. We're gonna start putting you out there so we can come back. We gonna give it to you. We spent all this time making this county, hooking it up, and making it look nice. We tired of driving an hour, 2 hours to work. We gonna put you out there. But you can't go nowhere. Unless you know somebody got a car. Unless you got a car of your own. You can't get around. You got that one little bus. That one little bus on that little route, that's it. Take you in a circle. Don't nobody say nothing. So you gave up your nice stuff to come back, to be around the harbor, to be around the arenas, to be around the Raven Stadium, to be around Memorial Stadium. Seriously. Don't nobody say nothing. You don't know it. Pick a Saturday or Sunday, or pick an evening. I pick an evening. Pick any day. Go down there on Pratt Street. Go on Pratt Street, and I ain't talking on the other side of Martin Luther King Boulevard. Cause damn, I can't even say that. Cause you got Pigtown. Pigtown is them blue collar white folk. They ain't going nowhere. They don't care who move in. They sitting right there. They ain't moving. It was a while that black folk couldn't move. They would put in, get out of here on your door. They would try to burn your house down. And to this day, there are some areas. And the sad part is that there are a lot of shady people around that area, just circling it. When you walk through that Pigtown, where them white folk at, you safer than walking through your own neighborhood. Won't nobody mess with you in that area because the police come out of nowhere. No matter what color you are. I used to just go hang there because I had no problem. Try to go to Cherry Hill, problem. Try to go to Westport, problems. Those of you that watch The Wire, that whole area is like 2 miles up from there. You watching The Wire. You in that 2 miles away, you good. Because coming down from Patapsco Avenue, come straight down Wilkins. You good. But you go over the train tracks, whole different story. I ain't never been pulled over so much in my life than coming down that strip. But I could be all around, could be doing all kinds of stuff. Police won't say don't even look at you. You in that area. Like the radar go up. Oh, what you doing around here? Don't forget now. Just protect that area. And you learn where to go and where not to go. And this is the problem. We learn, accept it. We learn to go along to get along. But the problems are still underlying. Why is it this way? Why do I have to do this? Why do I? Nobody want to talk about it. Why do we have to do these things? Hey, Naya, do you me have a wrench? You hear more than anybody else. We have been staying in the red. Okay, y'all, give me 1 second. I'm going to downgrade and come right back. We're going to stop for a second. I'm going to downgrade. I'm going to stop the show for a second, and we're going to downgrade from 2K to 720. We're going to still keep our base screen. I said, I can't remember. I said, did Yimmy have a wrench on the other channel? But give me 1 second. I'm going to downgrade. We're going to downgrade from 1440 to 720 and see if that helps the system out, and then we'll kick it back up. We'll keep the same base, but we're going to downgrade what we send to YouTube. Okay, but the phone is struggling to do 2K. I'm not ending the show. I'm just telling you, give me a minute. I'm going to stop the show, and then we're going to restart it. Just give me 1 second, y'all.